Hey everybody, I'm out here on 9 Ridge, also known as 27 Ridge, and getting ready to start one of our winter projects out here. This hole is very narrow from the tee. Basically a lot of ground has been lost due to encroachment of weedy shrubs. And quite a bit of cottonwoods have also grown up. So we're going to push this back, hopefully gain some ground over here. Another issue that this tends to cause is this hole is notoriously wet. It doesn't matter what time of the season, but it's always wet. So wet, and that we make this hole cart path only, all day, every day, no matter what time of the season. It's just too soggy. So as you can see, Matt has already been clearing some of this out for me, and then we're going to start taking some of these cottonwoods down and clean all this up. So a lot of these trees you see in this shot right here is going to be gone. So I'm very excited to do this and excited to see the change. So most of the work out here on 9 Ridge is going to be done on the left-hand side of the fairway, but we went ahead and took down some dead ashes and some dead cherries along the right-hand side here, mainly because we need a fuel source when we start a fire to be able to burn up all these cottonwoods. Cottonwoods are trees that are water suckers, so therefore they are extremely wet. You'll probably see when I'm going to cut some down, they pretty much like bleed water. But in order to make all this wood disappear, because there's going to be a lot of it, we just got to make sure we have a really hot fire going. And these dead cherries and ashes are going to be that fuel source that we need. That one was hollow. So we're not as far along out here on 9 Ridge as I would like to be. It's December 30th and we only have 4 of the cottonwoods down. I was hoping by this time to have them all down. Usually in December you have frozen ground conditions, which makes it easy to drop these trees, less damage to the course where you're dropping them. However, right now it's about 55 degrees, rainy, and it's going to stay like this probably for the next week or so. Hopefully Mother Nature brings winter back, in January and February to freeze the ground back up. We have a lot of work to do. I'm not too pleased with where we're at on this particular project. So, luckily Matt has been helping me out. He's trimmed quite a bit of the honeysuckle back, getting a lot of the small brushy stuff cut down. So, once this ground freezes back up, we're going to be back at it and burning all this stuff up and hopefully making it disappear before spring rolls around. So we ended up getting over an inch of rain a few days ago, and the course is extremely wet. So it's currently like 53 degrees, which also isn't helping our situation. So we're just going to continue doing work where we can out here. Luckily we can do some limbing up some trees out here with the hand pole saw. That won't create too much destruction out here. Give us a good workout, especially after the holidays here. So we're doing what we can, and it looks like actually later this week and up to the weekend, or through the weekend, we should start getting another freeze up. So temperatures dropping back into the 30s and lows in the 20s. So once that happens and the ground starts freezing up, hopefully we can continue dropping the big trees down on the ground without doing too much damage.
Not for the weak of heart.
All right, it's January 9th, and as you can see, we still got a lot of cleanup. I recruited Tom to help me out. He's picking up all the brushy stuff. It's still a little bit too soft out here to fell any more cottonwoods, but I want to show you an issue here. So, this hole is notoriously wet, and you can see right through here, that's actually supposed to be a drainage ditch. And it just has a bunch of scrub trees blocking it, a whole bunch of leaf litter. But yeah, we're going to clean all these up, and then eventually it should help clear up to where the actual drain is. All right, it's still pretty warm out here. Hasn't really dropped below 35, 40 degrees in the last week or so. Able to get a really nice hot fire going. So we've been taking this opportunity to clean up what we do have down. We've been using the front loader to load up all these logs, and then we dump it here on this fire. I don't know if you can actually hear or not, but you can hear the sizzle. And what that is these cottonwoods, like I said, are just so wet that it's just, all that moisture is just sizzling away. And that's what a lot of the smoke coming off these logs is just that moisture being burnt away. So we'll continue doing this. Like I said, we started this yesterday, and got a lot done, and hopefully we can get the rest of this cleaned up. But we can only go as fast as this fire takes to burn this stuff down. So we obviously don't want to make this too large, just because we won't be able to, control it like we want to. So we're about to go after this ash right here, and then this maple right here. And this should round out the corner. It's pretty much the corner where we started clearing out. Get those knocked down. We have one more cottonwood up there, and actually the weather looks like it's gonna start changing pretty cold after we get a snowstorm. But then pretty much after that we can get the cottonwood down and start moving up towards the green. So looks like we're gonna finally start moving forward. We are at the other end of 9 Ridge next to the green, and we're going to start working this end. It's a lot drier down here than you can see Tom way off in the distance. It's pretty soft over there, so we're going to move down here. Basically we're going to start removing this. That's a walnut, that's a dead cherry. I'm not going to remove this one yet. That's about the size of a cottonwood. That's also a walnut, and it is leaning over the green. So I'm gonna wait till the ground conditions firm up a little bit, and then pretty anxious to cut that one down. I'm gonna see if I can cheat it this way and hopefully drop it along next to the green. So we're gonna start working this corner here and working our way back. The ground is finally frozen up on us here. It's about 15 degrees, 1 o'clock. So I don't think it's going to get much warmer than it is now, which is good news because we can finally get these big trees down on the ground. This one behind me, you see there's a dead cherry, the one with the bark missing, but the one to the right of that is actually a walnut tree. We're going to be taking that one down because it poses some problems to our green. It's leaning pretty hard over towards the green, and but I feel pretty confident that I can probably cheat the way I'm going to cut it down, and hopefully it lands alongside next to the green. Again, that's why we're waiting for the ground to really be frozen, because that will help prevent any significant damage. So pretty excited to get this one down. Oh, thank the Lord. So it's February 21st, and we are having an extremely warm winter, to the point where we're actually rolling greens today, and here in a couple days we're going to actually mow them. But anyway, no progress has been made out here on 9 Ridge. Got a little bit more cleanup to do, and we're going to do that this afternoon. The ground seems dry enough to get some tractors out here. But what's the most disappointing is we have 2 more trees that need to come down, and I don't think we'll be able to get to them this season. So, and unfortunately one of them is the cottonwood, which is this one right there, and is really going to be the one that officially opens up this left-hand side. But we did quite a bit of work, especially for the terrible winter weather we did have. You know, it is what it is. We couldn't get to the drainage ditch and clear that out. Again, that involves equipment and need frozen ground, and it's just going to be too soft here. But anyway, it'll be a project that will continue next season. Still going to notice a big difference, but yeah, it is what it is.